As scapegoats, black sheep, and empaths, one of the things we want most in the world is to have that feeling of home and get rid of the feeling of homesickness. This video is about how to find home and what blocks us from finding that feeling of home. My name is Mark. This is The Emotional Alchemist. I help black sheeps, empaths, and scapegoats put down the baggage of the past, escape those roles, and find a joy and a flow in life with others like us that we're really looking for. For anyone new to my channel, in the description below, you'll find a meditation which is overcoming fear. So many of us carry this fear that's left over from childhood. I put it on to bring myself down when I am feeling that fear so that I can breathe and bring the left brain online. It's in the description below, it's free, it's all yours. For so many of us, there's this feeling of, I say that home is a place that I've occasionally felt, but I've never been. It's that I'm trying to recreate this feeling that I had once as a kid. And I remember this feeling. It was at Christmas when I think it was 4 years old or 5 years old. And it was, actually, it was the day after Christmas, and all of our extended family, cousins and everything came round, and it was just the most perfect day ever. And we'd all fallen asleep in the evening at like 8 o'clock, and we woke up, or the kids had fallen asleep, and then at midnight we woke up, and my cousins were going to leave, and we walk outside and it's snowing. And all of this, it was like the perfect day ever. And every Christmas since, I became aware of this a couple of years ago, every Christmas since, I'm trying to recreate this magical experience, this magical feeling experienced by my 5-year-old self every year at Christmas. And of course, it doesn't work because I now can see all of the interactions, the dysfunctions, that feeling. If I try to recreate it in that situation now, it's never going to happen. And so that is definitely one of the blocks. I, as a scapegoat, I have baggage placed upon me. The more I try to shift it, the more other people try to firmly cement, because no one likes being given their baggage back. I don't like being given my baggage back, although these days I am open to it. The easiest thing to do is blame someone else. The scapegoat role, I'll say, comes from thousands of years ago when tribes were in the desert and they believed that they needed to, all of their sins, which were the things that they were doing wrong, the bad stuff they were doing wrong, they imagined that as a collective group they could get a goat and put the goat, I don't know, tie it to a pole, and then psychically project all of their baggage onto this goat. I'm like, holy moly. Because I bet you know, if you're a scapegoat, or if you're a black sheep, or an empath, or anything like that, imagine all of that psychic baggage being transferred onto you, onto the goat, and then the goat is cast out in the desert to die. It's like the perfect metaphor for what so many of us found in our families and have to walk through. Anybody who's seen my channel in this last few years has seen me literally wandering through the wilderness of South America, Central America, North America, trying to find myself. And I'm grateful to say that I have found myself, and it's been super difficult. And what I've also found, and this is really the feeling of home, I have connected with so many hundreds of new friends who are black sheep, empaths, and scapegoats who have experienced the same kind of thing, the same kind of wounds from early on. And by kind of being friends with them, interacting, conversations, joyous stuff, sitting around a fire, doing whatever, there is this camaraderie, this feeling of shared experience and shared pain, but we can laugh about it together and just laugh at the experiences. Some of the most bizarre stuff that I've experienced in my life, and which is the most painful, I have been able to share with other scapegoats, and we laugh about it because it is so bizarre that, and that for me, that's tribe, that's real family. The I'm not related to them. They're not relatives. They are family, and they there's this joy that we find when we laugh and we cry and heal that stuff. And I talk to, I mean, I'm really lucky because I get to work with a lot of scapegoats, and I get to talk to people every day because it's that identification. If you're carrying baggage of your family, of someone else, the psychic weight of that is probably huge, and you probably don't realize. The reason I say that is because I never realized how big the stuff that I carry is until I'm actually talking to one of my friends, and they're like, dude, your life circumstances are psychotic, but it's not your psychosis, it's the psychosis of others. Because, and they're like, they tell me to be nice to myself, to be gentle, to really increase self-care, because my natural reaction when stuff is hard is to go Spartan and just draw in order my energy in order to survive. And so many of us that I speak to, it's like that's how we survive. Scapegoats are excellent at getting through anything. And if you think about it, how strong you are to come through all of the turgid, heinous crap that you've been through. And you may feel, and it's like, you may feel weak, but actually if you see someone else going through the stuff that you've been through, you're like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. We lack that compassion for ourselves. Self-care for me is doing those loving actions to myself, but also hanging out, finding family, finding tribe, and finding fun, joy, flow in life. Because when I do that, things go so much better. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified of new videos if you hit the little bell icon. If you liked this video, I'd really be grateful if you would share it. And here's your next video on scapegoating.